What's up, everybody? Call of Duty just put out the Season 2 roadmap and blog post detailing everything that's coming in Season 2, and I'm really not excited about it. I'm actually kind of disappointed, and I'm really thinking that Call of Duty and Raven, they don't pay attention. They don't know what their players want. But you make your own call on that. I'm going to go ahead and go through this, and then let me know what you think about it. I'll let you read all this. Watch the trailer if you want. I'll have it linked down below like normal. I'm just going to get right into the roadmap and then right into the Warzone stuff. So, Warzone, you can see we have new map locations, Chemical Factory, Research Labs, and Rebirth Reinforced. Then we have new modes, Caldera Clash, Rebirth Island Iron Trials, which I am excited about. A new bomber vehicle, and then a search and deploy event coming. And then there's multiplayer zombies and the weapon operators and more. Just like normal, I'm not going to go over the multiplayer and the zombies. I'll go over Warzone and the new weapons, kind of the new operators. And I'll have this link down below, like I said, to leave it to yourself. And then we have patch notes coming from Raven Software as normal. Let's see. Warzone features and updates. New features, Nebula 5, redeploy balloons and more. Nebula 5 ammo and bombs create new offensive tactics, while portable decontamination stations offer temporary refuge. Alternatively, take to the skies with redeploy balloons and bomber planes. Explore the Chemical Factory and Underground Chemical Weapons Research Lab. Watch for armored transport. Fresh points of interest in Caldera are here to shake up those rotations. Axis soldiers patrol these new areas and are found around the island of vehicles. Defeat them for powerful rewards. Caldera Clash at launch, Rebirth reinforced mid-season. The massive team fight returns. Rank up those weapons and fight for Caldera outside of traditional modes. Meanwhile, there are rumors of a resurgence at Rebirth Island, and we're not talking about the game mode. This update was developed by Raven Software, High Moon Studios, and Beanox. Nebula 5, and this is probably my biggest disappointment that I'm just really not a fan of. Nebula 5 is meant for large-scale armaments, but can be used for small arms, ammunition, bombs, and bombs, both found in extremely small quantities around Caldera. So I don't like this. It was a big thing in their trailer, and it's why they're bringing it back. But Nebula 5 ammo, and this is my real disappointment here. Classified as a field upgrade in Warzone, Nebula 5 ammo is no stronger than regular bullets. Doesn't sound that bad yet, but does have one major exception. When an operator is downed by them, they will emit a poisonous gas cloud. Anyone attempting to revive this operator or standing within a few feet of them will face similar complications to circle collapse exposure, coughing, blurred vision, and a slight amount of damage over time, whether that be to a player's health or to their gas mask duration. Nebula 5 ammo takes up only a single clip of ammo, but for some weapons that may be enough to turn the tide of a team fight, especially within interior spaces. So, until that cloud dissipates, unless you want to waste your gas mask or take damage, you can't revive your teammates. You can't be anywhere near your teammates. So now if you're in a building and one of your teammates gets downed, now you're all coughing, team can push, you're a lot easier to kill because now you have all the gas effects, you've taken damage, whatever it is. This is a horrible idea, and I hate this. I'd almost rather have the stopping power back because at least you can cover and get rezzed. Nebula 5 bombs. One of the rarest items in Warzone is the Nebula 5 bomb, a locked briefcase full of deadly gas with an explosive charge. Once activated and set down in front of an operator, it will detonate after a fixed countdown and cannot be disarmed or destroyed. Its initial explosion deals a high amount of damage in a small radius before the gas spreads outward, where it will hurt any operator without a gas mask. The gas lingers for 2 minutes before ultimately dispersing or feeding into the oncoming circle collapse. Operators can potentially outrun this explosive aftermath just as they would the circle collapse, but in terms of an area denial tool, the Nebula 5 bomb is a powerful force if you can find it. This thing better be like one on an entire map because this is absurd. You could hold people completely out of zones, trap them, and give them no way out with this, and I just think this is a really bad idea. Not as bad as the ammo, but this is a really bad idea as well. Portable decontamination stations. Despite its toxicity, Nebula 5 can also be temporarily dispersed. The portable decontamination station, new field equipment in Caldera, is a portable device that filtrates air for several seconds, protecting anyone inside from the circle collapses or Nebula 5 gas. Where do you have stims and gas masks? You don't need to give people another reason to sit in the gas and try to make a gas play. And you have to find this in order to be able to easily res your teammate that has been shot with Nebula 5 bullets. So this shouldn't even be needed because Nebula 5 shouldn't be in this. These devices impact all operator TAC maps, allowing everyone to see where they are currently activated and they can be destroyed by explosive or ballistics. With these caveats in mind, the portable decontamination station is still useful in surviving both old and new chemical threats and could likely lead to some new positioning strategies for Battle Royale modes. Armored transport trucks, ominous Nebula 5 machines of destruction. This needs to be only in Caldera mode. Armored transport trucks are here in paradise as the Axis deployed multiple vehicles to carry Nebula 5 and its derivatives around Caldera. These unstoppable steel behemoths remotely roll on a set looping path, attacking those within its immediate vicinity and with its 2 machine gun turrets. Operators also need to avoid the mines it drops behind it, as well as the aerial support it calls in should it drop to low health. Upon destruction, the armored transport trucks will drop incredibly valuable items, including, in the rarest cases, an intact Nebula 5 bomb. This is just adding on to more bad decisions revolving around this Nebula 5 story they've developed for themselves, and I think this is just an awful idea. This needs to really only be in Vanguard only mode, where you have the anti-aerial trucks, you have the planes, you have better defenses than this than whatever guns I grab from my loadout, or it's going to make an RPG meta again, and that's going to be annoying. New points of interest: the Chemical Factory and Chemical Weapon Research Lab. Aside from the massive stockpile in the Alps, Nebula 5 is located mostly in the factories and laboratories around Caldera and is heavily guarded by Axis forces. New points of interest: the Chemical Factory and Chemical Weapon Research Lab. Aside from the massive stockpile in the Alps, Nebula 5 is located mostly in the factories and laboratories around Caldera and is heavily guarded by Axis forces. Chemical Factory. The refinery between the mines and docks that once produced phosphate has been repurposed and is now a newly constructed plant spewing out nebula. If you notice on your TAC map, this was actually changed at some point, and they just accidentally updated the map. This newly named chemical factory has a similar layout to the location it replaced, but with several notable differences, including enemy soldiers who protect the facility. So now we have AI in this game, like it's Fortnite, and a trap that can be sprung in the central building. There are several more interior spaces to explore, from the main factory floor to watchtowers with impressive sightlines over the facility and surroundings. The river runs green with Nebula 5's byproduct, but is completely harmless. Squads who infiltrate this highly lethal area will walk away with more valuable loot on average, which may help in the ensuing fight against both the Circle Collapse and Nebula 5 bombs. This isn't an event or anything. If this was an event with the AI and guarding this place and all that, whatever. But now I got to deal with AI if I have to rotate through this area, and I can't imagine what an end zone's like if it hasn't already been cleared out. Underground Chemical Weapon Research Labs. According to current intel, the Axis operated 7 research laboratories around the island, hiding them underground and guarding them with small squads of soldiers. Expert trackers may have already found these lab locations around Caldera, but the average operator might find them thanks to several hand-drawn yellow circles on their TAC map. With only one way into these facilities, your squad better have an escape plan before the circle collapses, or enemy squads threaten your chances of walking away with phenomenal loadout items, which may include gas mask and Nebula 5 ammo. Other new features: bomber planes and redeployed balloons. Nebula 5 isn't the only new feature coming in Season 2, as operators can take to the skies either in a new bomber plane or via redeployed balloons. Bomber plane. The second aerial vehicle in Vanguard modes in Warzone. So, at least this is only in Vanguard. I'm hoping that armored truck is only in Vanguard, because this is another way to deal with it. And I think this is going to be horrible in Vanguard modes. You'll see why in a second. Is a formidable air-to-ground striker capable of leveling infantry and vehicles. Bombers can destroy loadout drops, which can fundamentally change how operators approach these powerful sources of weapons. While this new aircraft can shatter anti-air guns and destroy ground-level threats, it may meet its match when confronting the fighter plane, which continues to be available in Vanguard Royale. Alternatively, drop into a stationary or truck-mounted AA gun and bring these airborne behemoths with vim and vigor. Furthermore, players can expect to see health decreases to both planes as part of this update, making them easier to shoot down should they pose a threat to your squad. I hate it. I don't like it. There was a rumor that this could destroy buy stations. It's not mentioned here, so hopefully that's not true. But I hate this idea. Vanguard Royale mode I already don't like because of the planes. I'm not going to like the bomber planes. You can make them easier to shoot down, but they're still too much of a pain. Redeploy balloons. I'm so on this idea. I could give or take it. Shown on the TAC map as a blimp icon, the redeployed balloon is a ticket back into the skies to reposition thousands of meters away from your set location. Operators can ascend to the top of the balloon via a zipline tethered to the balloon and then leap off at the top and deploy their parachute to cover great distances. Planes or weaponry can destroy the redeployed balloon, and once the balloon is deflated, operators can spend a few $100 to reinflate it. This new movement option can be exceptional for repositioning across the map, so long as you watch out for bogeys entering your airspace. I don't like this idea. I know it's been in other BRs, but, just make your rotations, or, Call of Duty, don't make a map that's so hard to rotate up the giant hill in the middle. New modes: Caldera Clash kicks off Season 2. Rebirth Iron Trial Duo set to begin. Clash is Clash. I'm not going to go over it. We've had Clash in a bunch of different modes. We know Clash by now. This is the only thing coming from the Season 2 update that I'm excited for other than new guns to try out. Rebirth Iron Trials. Prove your presence later this season. Developed by Beanox based on Raven Software's Iron Trials 84, Rebirth Iron Trials is a Battle Royale variant custom made for highly competitive players. Featuring its own set of weaponry from Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War and numerous rule changes to increase time to kill, this mode is built for the most hardcore members of our community. However, players of all skill levels who want to change a pace within Warzone should participate. Those who can't wait to learn more about this mode needn't worry. This is a duos mode, 20 squads of 2 for 40 operators total, and uses a smaller circle, collapse size, and speed. You can read up on the Iron Trials set as well as strategies for surviving match here, so it'll just be their Iron Trials 84 post from before. Claim victory and receive a unique animated calling card, a true sign of mastery over the Iron Trials. Expect more information to come later this month when these Iron Trials are expected to begin in Warzone. Stay tuned for patch notes, Rebirth Island mid-season update. As Caldera secrets come to light, something lurks within Rebirth Island shadows. Expect substantial changes to the prison island during the mid-season update. As long as these updates are good, I'm also looking forward to this. Expect more intel about reinforcements to come mid-season, as well as other important updates from lead studio Raven Software via patch notes on Call of Duty blog and their social media account. Season 2 will include a number of quality of life changes, including having the gas mask animation no longer interrupting operators for aiming down sights. That's huge. So look out for everything coming with this update over the next week. I'm going to skip multiplayer and zombies like I always do, and then I'll just get into the new weapons. And like I said, you can always read this for yourself. I'll always have these linked down below. Let's see. New Vanguard and Warzone overview. If you want to read about the new operators, I'm not really going to go into them. We have Anna Drake. We've seen her teased before. She's coming at launch. Thomas Bolt, you'll be able to get in season. And Gustavo Dos Santos, you'll be able to get in season as well. Let's see. 4 new weapons. KGM-40 assault rifles coming at launch. Workhorse assault rifle, naturally steady and accurate. Hopefully it's something that can actually compete within the Battle Royale modes and not just Vanguard modes. Adopted across several Scandinavian armies during the war, and also the preferred weapon of Anna Drake, the KG-M40, is a high-caliber, fully automatic weapon that rivals the first 3 assault rifles unlocked to Vanguard. Boasting the second highest damage per shot in its category, similar effective damage range to the NZ41, and a fire rate above 600 RPM, this weapon can be a strong contender in mid to long distance engagements. Its strengths can be fully unlocked when an operator can control its recoil. A mix of horizontal and vertical kicks like the Cooper carbine, but with slightly better centering speed. I don't have a problem with the Cooper, so if it's got recoil like the Cooper, it's got really strong damage, it's got a okay fire rate. It's slow, but it's like, EM2 level fire rate. And a good effective damage range. I'd be excited about that gun. We'll see how it is in Warzone, though, because I think this is a Caldera description. Whitley LMG. Heavy long-range machine gun, cumbersome but consistent. Though, hopefully this isn't overpowered. Whitley represents one of the first machine guns ever used in warfare, rivaling its Battle Pass brother for a strong mid to long-range weapon. Mid to long range tool across all 3 game modes. Despite its age, this LMG is highly customizable and even in its base form provides a niche role with the best damage per shot compared to its 4 Vanguard competitors. This weapon may have great potential across Vanguard and Warzone, but if you have the skills like Thomas Bolt, the Whitley may soon become your favorite weapon. Ice Axe, I never go over the melee weapons, not too concerned with that. And then the Armaguerra 43 SMG, a very high rate fire SMG, effective at short to medium range engagements. Might take down the Wellgun. Wellgun's best SMG. Only produced in small quantities, this advanced submachine gun gave insight to how modern close quarter battle armaments could function, even though its design has never built upon in the decades to follow. Due to its prototypical nature, more research is needed on its available attachments and effectiveness in live fire scenarios. The Armaguerra 43 can be unlocked in one of 2 ways, through an SMG-based challenge or via store bundle to be released later this season, which features a weapon blueprint from this weapon's family. Hopefully this SMG-based challenge is not as crazy or as difficult for non-Vanguard owners as the Wellgun is proven to be. Stay tuned for Battle Pass, intel, guides, and more. This is only the beginning of Season 2. In the coming days, Call of Duty blog will take a deeper look at Task Force Yeti, the Season 2 Battle Pass, the key additions to Warzone, and the initially available new multiplayer maps. Forthcoming blogs and wider communications will also feature notes from all 3 main studios about everything Season 2 will bring at launch. Including important bug fixes, general updates, and file sizes. These studios, in addition to Beanox, High Moon, and Toys for Bobs, are focused on continuously improving your gameplay experience while providing new ways to have fun across Vanguard and Warzone, and we greatly value the community's detailed and attentive feedback through this season and beyond. Rise on every front. So, let me know what you think about all the changes down below. I'm excited for Rebirth Island trials. I'm excited for changes to the Rebirth Island map, which I've been asking for since they, gave us a new map for Caldera. I hate all the Nebula 5 stuff. I hate the new vehicles. I'm interested in the new weapons. So this is really not a great lead into Season 2 for me. I hope you think otherwise. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's a lot of fun. I hope the Nebula 5 isn't as ridiculous as it sounds. And I hope the new guns are fun but not overpowered. Iron Trials I know is going to be fun. But with that all being said, thank you for watching. I appreciate if you make it to this point, if you skipped ahead to this point, if you just watched this video at all, any interaction's great. That being said, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more so you know when I upload. And as usual, I will have this blog post linked down below as well as all my social medias, so please feel free to check these out. But I will see you on Caldera and Rebirth Island. Get frying. Have a good day. Bye.